Chill. It looks like it's gonna be a long year for Oprah because Fantasia and the other cast members just went off on her for stealing the money meant for the cast of The Color Purple and allegedly starving them on set. Now, if y'all know Fantasia, then you know she loves to stay out of drama and mind her business. So the fact that she even has to come out and speak on this issue means that Oprah really put them through it on set. As if things couldn't get even more messy, Taraji and Danielle Brooks also put Oprah on blast for making them drive hours to get to set every day with no security and forcing all of them to share the same trailer. Chill, wasn't this movie's budget $100 million? Where did all that money go? So, as most of y'all already know by now, Oprah has been getting dragged all over the internet ever since Taraji seemingly called her out for underpaying her to star in The Color Purple. Taraji even went as far as to say she almost had to walk away from the project because the initial offer was so disrespectful.
Where's my raise? I haven't seen a raise in my income since Proud Mary. And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing this? If it's all just for me, why are you here? We are to service each other. God is very clever. He put us on this earth and he made us all look different. He made it complicated. We need to figure it out. And we can, and we are. You have to look at the glass as half full. It's always half full.
Now, after Taraji dropped this major bombshell, she went MIA for a minute and refused to say anything more about it. And for some reason, she backtracked on her words by posting this heartfelt message on her Instagram calling Oprah a beacon of light. But she recently went off on Oprah again when she exposed her for making all of the cast members drive themselves in rental cars from their homes to the set every day. The reason why this is such a big issue is because the actors work for 12 to sometimes 15 hours a day. So by the time they clock out from work, they're too exhausted to drive, which makes it far more likely for them to get into car accidents. Plus, they also face the danger of getting robbed since they all had no security and had to drive for hours in the middle of the night to get back to where they were staying. And let's not forget, these are rental cars, so any damage done to them is gonna have to be paid for by the actors. She said, "I can't drive myself to set in Atlanta. This is an insurance liability. It's dangerous. Now they robbing people. What do I look like taking myself to work in a rental car?" So I was like, can I get a driver or security to take me? I'm not asking for the moon. They're like, well, if we do it for you, we gotta do it for everybody. We'll do it for everybody. It's stuff like that, stuff I shouldn't have to fight for. I was on set of Empire fighting for trailers that wasn't infested with bugs. This made a lot of people angry, and they dragged Oprah for filth for allowing this to happen in the first place. Like this person who said, if it wasn't for Taraji speaking up, they'd have to drive themselves to and from set as well, which is so dangerous. Sometimes these actors are on set for hours and they're sleep deprived. Expecting them to drive themselves home after 16-hour workdays is crazy, a whole mess. And just when we thought the horror stories from this set of the film couldn't get any worse, the other cast members just came out to share some very disturbing information about what they had to go through. Danielle Brooks, Oprah, and Taraji later sat down for an interview to promote The Color Purple, and Danielle called Oprah out on the spot for some of the awful things that they were put through. Danielle revealed during that first few weeks of rehearsals, she, Halle, Fantasia, and Taraji, and pretty much all the other women on the movie were not provided with their own individual trailers, so they literally had to share the exact same trailer whenever they had to change clothes or get themselves ready for set. Talk about a lack of privacy. Oh, but it gets worse. They were also not provided any food or water during these 12 to 15 hour workdays. They literally had to bring their own food with them or just starve the whole day. And what makes this even shadier is that while Danielle was spilling all the tea, Oprah looked visibly annoyed about Danielle even bringing it up and quickly got defensive. She claimed she didn't know this was happening, and as soon as she found out, she made sure to make sure everything got sorted out.
Taraji, as Blitz, our director, says. I mean, I have been watching her from the beginning. And to just have someone just be a guide for us, be our voice box. I remember when we first came in and we were doing rehearsal and they put us all in the same space. Like, we didn't have our own dressing rooms at the time, and they did not give us... Sorry, Miss O, we didn't have no food.
She had no idea.
She didn't know what was going on.
She had no idea.
She was like, I heard about it.
Oh, yeah.
And you corrected it for us. You corrected it.
Didn't I call you?
Yes, and I was like, Miss O, we gotta fix this. And she said, say less. And was it not
And
fixed?
that's what I appreciated, though. You were our voice, because a lot of times, yes, I've done a lot of TV, I've done a lot of films, specifically independent films, but this is my first studio film. So sometimes you do come in just saying, okay, well, I'm going to just take whatever they give me. I'm just happy to be here, you know? But you spoke up for us, and you showed me how to do that. But what I've really enjoyed is your sisterhood is authentic, and it's real. It's not this fake.
But people were not buying this excuse because it felt like this wasn't something the cast should have had to complain about anyway before it got fixed. One person said, Oprah should be ashamed. Why would they have to ask for the bare minimum? Plus, they had to drive themselves to set? Ghetto. Child, this situation is a whole mess. It's really crazy to me that it took the entire cast literally complaining multiple times before anything was done about it. Like, why in the world would Oprah think it's okay for them to be starved on the set that they're sharing the same trailer on? Anyway, Fantasia also stepped into the chat, and according to sources, Fantasia claims everything Danielle and Taraji said about them being denied food and being made to share the same trailer is all true. Fantasia says this is just a few of the many things they all had to go through. Sources also claim that the reason Fantasia is hesitant to publicly call Oprah out is because they have a pretty long-standing history of working together, dating all the way back to 2007, when Fantasia was casted to play the role of Celie in The Color Purple on Broadway. Fantasia reportedly didn't want to make Oprah an enemy by speaking out publicly, but she's in full support of everything Taraji and Danielle have been saying about Oprah. What's making folks even more mad about this entire situation is that the budget of this film is estimated to be $100 million, which means that there was more than enough money to give the cast members everything they needed. But Oprah and the other producers decided to cut down the cost of production so they could keep the rest of the money to themselves. Now, as usual, people did not hold back and they went in on Oprah. Like this person who said, why do they keep protecting Oprah? She is the producer and part of the production crew. She knew about these horrible conditions and thought they were going to keep quiet and just be happy to be working with her and on this big movie. Oprah doesn't care about her people. Another person said, people are acting like Oprah saved the day, but this should have been in place in the first place. They like giving us the crumbs first to see if we will be willing to settle. There shouldn't have been any intervention at all. They need to address the issues as they occur, not afterwards. You set the standard for excellence up front. Know your worth and demand to be treated properly. You think Mariah Carey Carey, Jennifer Lopez, or Beyonce would wait until afterwards to address not being treated like royalty? Make it make sense. Their talent is bringing in millions for this movie. But now I want to know your thoughts. What do y'all think about Fantasia and the other cast members calling Oprah out for the hell that she put them through on set? And do y'all really believe Oprah didn't know what was going on? Or did she intentionally do the bare minimum for them and expected them to just deal with it? Y'all been knew what to do. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And don't forget to click here to watch this other very messy video.